love Silly Sollies because it's just like Cheapest Chips. You ever been to Gawler Green? What's 3 doors down from Silly Sollies? Gawler, it's fucking great. The only place where you can buy illegal smokes directly across from a Christian's bookstore. This is great. Fuck, I've been in Gawler. I was in Gawler when we were a zero Audi town. I've been here my whole life. It's great. I remember when the Golden Fleece was the old spot. Fuck, not since Bruce became Caitlin has there been such a change, has there? It's like watching a crackhead get clean. Oh, it's so nice to see what it's become. Hello everyone, so nice of you to come here. Now listen, I'm going to tell you some sex stories and I'm going to tell you some drug stories and how I do fucking neither. Right? It's got to the point where, honestly, I've got a nickname for my cock now. I call it garnish because it's only there for show and presentation purposes now. It's like the parsley on a steak. You just get rid of that, don't you? If it was the Macca's item, it'd be like the filet of fish. It's on the menu, but no bastard's ever going to order it. And then when you order it, you've got to wait 5 minutes to be ready, and after you have it, you wish you didn't. A night of passion with me is like going to the checkout at Audi, right? I'm the cashier. Right, we're both there for the experience. You're going to be doing all the work, though. It is. There's going to be a lot of this stuff. Look, there's a lot of shit happening in the world. If you're expecting politics or religion or anything like me, you're not going to get that, right? Don't care about religion. Don't care about politics. Not until recently, because the government took my porn away. There's people in the crowd who know me. They know how much that hurt. Right? I've watched a lot of. I'm a porn sommelier. Right? When it comes to that. Right? But I have never felt as filthy as I did having to create an online account. I made a sports bet account easier than I made a Pornhub account. That's a little fact. Right? It is. And now that you get a bunch of perks, I've started reading the comments. I am one of the most politest perverts going, I think. And I don't know what I don't know why I read the comments. It's not like I'm going to be like, Reverse Cowgirl 662 said don't invest in the Dow Jones. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Right, there is a lot of stuff like that. Like, look, I'm going to be very open about a few things right now, right? I turned 39 in a few weeks, and right now, straight away, I'm looking for sympathy. A lot of stuff I'm going to talk about is sex because I've never been in a relationship in 39 years. I've never had a missus in my life. That's a little known fact. I've never been on an official date. Everything. Right now, honestly, this decade, there has been more global pandemics this decade than I've had roots. Worst part is not a joke. Right? My cock still thinks we're in lockdown. I tell it every day. Who knows? It doesn't believe it. Right? There was a lot of reasons. When I was young, I was working a lot, right? My family are in greyhound racing, love it or hate it. It's a full-time business. I was doing a lot of it. So kind of when everyone was having their first girlfriend, their first kiss, their first holding of the hands, I was teaching dogs to walk on leads. I was having a great time. Sex never really popped into my head or anything. So everyone was having their kind of first sexual experience. Like 15-year-old me, I used to just go to Wendy's and watch the girls make hot dogs. I loved it. First thing they do is they get the bun and they guide it onto the shaft. Then they twist and they turn it till it's in the right spot, and then they take it off. What do they do after that? Sausage in the hole. Squirt sauce and mustard around the rim. I used to get 2 as a teenager. I wasn't hungry, I just thought, fuck, this is like a threesome, this is great. You can always kind of tell the woman you like the server you get as well at Wendy's. Sometimes you get the new girl and they're very innocent and sweet while they're doing it. Then you get the old bird who's been there for fucking ever and they just You ever orders a Wendy's hot dog Greek style? That's when they turn the bun around and put it in the other way. I should be embarrassed. I am embarrassed. I used to be ashamed. This time last year I was ashamed about a lot of the stuff I was going to tell you. Now I'm just embarrassed about it, right? Because it's kind of hard not to be embarrassed about it. Like, the very first sexual experience I had was when I was 16. I fainted the first time I ever received oral sex. Right, I don't mean that I blacked out, I wasn't drunk, I just fainted. So the first time I dipped my toe in kind of sexual waters ended up with me waking up on her dad's bed. So cops here, am I? I've said too much. I woke up on her dad's bed naked with a blanket over me with him going, don't worry Todd, we've called your mum, she's coming to pick you up. I didn't know what a tampon was till I was 23. I just thought the tampon and the pad were the same thing. And it just kind of slapped on there like those wristbands we used to have in the 90s. You remember them? Clitoris still confuses me. Don't get me wrong, I know where the clitoris is and roughly how to get there. But I also know where tail and bend is and roughly how to get there as well. Still need a bit of help. To me, me, the clearance is like going to someone's house for the first time and you want to use their toilet, but you're embarrassed to ask where it is. Because I'm a 38-year-old man. I should know where the toilet is in every household, no matter what the layout's like. I don't need blueprints to get to the toilet. But no, every time I just look up the hallway and I just go, I know it's up there. I just don't know what door it is. Now, I could ask where it is. Or I could go up there and open every door and hope they don't notice. They always notice. I'm not proud about any of this. I've got three, I don't even have standards anymore when it comes to being dateable, right? I've got three guidelines in my eyes, right? And they are: number one, you need to be a woman. Number two, you need to be alive. Number three, you need to be generally clean. You meet two out of those three, I'm having a go. 90% a joke. Look, I joke about being single, but there are perks. Like, being single is not the worst thing in the world, because it means there's no one there to bother you at night when you cry yourself to sleep. Thank you, that's just a joke. No, I don't cry myself to sleep. The tears keep me awake. My mum cost me my virginity when I was 17. My mum cock-blocked me, and when I was cock-blocked by her parents, I refused to pay for therapy. Fuck, I'm going to talk about it. Right? Again, talking to girls and everything, it's funny how confidence works, right? Like, here's a little known fact about me, and this is true, right? I have done stand-up comedy, this Fringe, 3 times completely naked. Right? There's a show in LA called the Naked Comedy Hour. That's exactly what it does on the tin. Right? It's funny how confidence works. I'll get up here and I'll tell people embarrassing stories with no clothes on, but yeah, if someone said go talk to that girl at the bar, I'll fucking snap my own neck before I do that. I'll eat that pint glass before I go try to make small talk with a woman. But it did. So there was this one time, right, when I was only 17, and I met this girl, just got my P, so I was kind of the cool kid. And I went and talked to this girl, and I lived at a granny flat in Andrews Farm at the time. Fucking wrong. That's a weird place name, Andrews Farm, isn't it? I've been at Andrews Farm, fucking not much being farmed there, a lot of glass houses, no fucking tomatoes in Andrews Farm. But eventually I got talking to this girl and said, I have a granny flat at the back, let's go out the back, right? So we tried to stealth mode out the back, and I walked through, and there's my mum out the back having a durry. Mum, this is such and such, this is Mum, we're going to go to my granny flat and watch a movie. Now, I'm 38 now, I was 17 at the time, no Netflix, we know what that meant. My dad knew what that meant, gave me a wink, gave me a thumbs up, you enjoy that movie, son. My mum thought we were going to watch a movie. So I'll skip to the deed, we're doing the deed, the door flings open, and my mum walks in with 2 cups of tea. Sees what we're doing, drops the tea, really dampens the mood and the carpet, right? Eventually I apologised to the girl and said, I'm so sorry this has happened, this is embarrassing, please forgive me, I'll drive you back to Gawler, I'm so sorry. 4 or 5 minutes went past, right? And when I went to see her out with my granny flat, I opened up the door, and there at the door, right at the doormat of my granny flat, were 2 new cups of tea. With a note next to it saying, when you're done. Smiley face. A plate of biscuits. And you think that's lovely that your mum did that. And it's great. She probably felt bad and kind of a bit upset about what she did and ruined the experience. No! My mum thought I'd be that quick, the tea would still be hot! It was. Earl Grey, 2 sugars, quite milky, fucking love you, Mum. She knew what she was doing with the biscuits as well. We had the milk arrowroot, Scotch finger, and the lemon crisp, because that's me. But it is funny how all that stuff works. So I can talk about this kind of stuff all day, I really can. But I told you I got a couple of drug stories for you, right? I said I don't do it. Talk a little bit. I've done hard drugs twice in my life. Both times made a fucking great story, right? So I've done cocaine in Zimbabwe, which is a sentence you should never have to say. No, well, I don't want to say doing coke in Zim changed me, but before I did, I was a very proud 23-year-old Nigerian woman. I was at a house party, right? This plate was being passed around, and again, I knew no drug etiquette. And fuck, I think I'm an average bloke. I'm pretty average, right? But fuck, I've done some above average things, right? I've been to over 20 countries. I've toured a show to Edinburgh, right? I've dove over crocodiles in the Zambezi River, bungee jumped in Zambia, street luged in New Zealand. I'm an uncle of 8, a godfather of 3, a great uncle of 2. Like, fuck, I've done some cool things, right? But like, fuck. I lost where I went with this. I was just drugs. That's right. I'm not going to eat out.
Yeah, that's funny.
But like when I was, so I've had no real kind of drug etiquette or anything like that, but with this plate we're getting passed around, right? And it gets to me, there's 3 lines on this plate. And my friend Duncan, everyone just kind of disperses, right? So I'm sitting there with these three lines of Coke on this plate, right? And I don't know what to do, but my mum brought me out, right? You finish your plate. So I've done these 3 lines virtually back to back, not knowing what to do. My friend Duncan comes over, that's his real name too, fuck him. He comes over and goes, where's the other 2? And I went, what? And he goes, where are the other 2? What do you mean? Well, you're only supposed to do 1 and pass it on. Well, there's no one to pass it on to, Duncan. What's going to happen? His one answer was, a lot. Right? And he was right too. I can see why people do coke. They got to the point, Todd, where are you going? Well, I'm going to go run around the planet twice, bench press that building. I'll see you in 42 seconds. Second time was I did mushrooms in Amsterdam. Now, this isn't a PSA. You get a chance to do mushrooms, you fucking do mushrooms. They're amazing. Right? Amsterdam itself is amazing, right? You take away what it's famous for, it's a great place. You add what it's famous for, it's fucking incredible, right? We did go to the red light district. There was 4 of us there, kind of like lads' night, but I didn't go in, I didn't partake. I just did laps like a NASCAR race to be over and over, like, to be honest with you. And it's probably got to the part where I can explain kind of what I'm like when it comes to women. Like, we all decided, we all picked a girl, we were going to go in at the time. And all 3, the other guys, we went to the door, they all kind of went in. I kind of half opened my door, waited for everyone to come in, and then just kind of chickened out at the last minute, right? Because again, I don't know why, intimacy is the biggest fear I've got in life, right? And my friends came out and they said, oh, Todd, fuck, you're the first one done, what happened? I was like, oh yeah, mate, fucking walked in, she brushed against my thigh, did it come, and then fucking, yeah. That's just good. I'd rather embarrass myself than actually go through with the deed. But it eventually got to the point where I went, all right, we're going to get mushrooms. So I went into this store and I said, mushrooms? And he goes, yep, 1 to 5. 1 weakest, 5 strongest, what are you after? I said, well, I don't know what I'm doing, I'll take 2 ones. I had the first one, not much happened. Second one, kind of half cut. Yeah, now this feels good. Went back the next day, give us 2 5s. It's a fucking true story too. Had the first 5, not much happened. About 30 minutes went past. I'm supposed to wait longer, I was told, after. So I had the second 5. Now 5 and 5, you think that equals 10? No, I can't tell you what 5 and 5 equals because I couldn't do basic bloody maths. I don't know where I was, but I'll tell you where I wasn't. Earth. Again, fuck, I've done some cool things in my life. I really have, right? But I don't think I've ever been as happy as I was. There's a 4.5 minute video up there, my friend Jack filmed it, of me just staring at my reflection in a puddle. Didn't blink once. But eventually we did get back to the hostel, right? Everyone else zoned out. I was having a bit of a different high. I wasn't ready to call it a night. Went in, TV in the room, got the remote, turned the TV on. 2014 was the year. You know what was on? A marathon of Steve Irwin, the Crocodile Hunter. Didn't ask questions. I got to see this in a bit. Why is it on in Amsterdam? I don't know. Sat there and watched multiple episodes back to back, right? Probably 5, 6 episodes, one after another. Remember the main plot, right? So there was a female croc, she got in a scuffle, bitten on the leg, she was pregnant. We've got to save her, treat the wound, save her and the babies, right? B plot, C plot, D plot, remember everything vividly, right? Eventually I dozed off, woke up the next morning, fresh as the daisy again, you get a chance to do mushrooms. Went and had a shower, came out, and that was when I was just greeted with shock horror of going, hang on, there's no fucking TV in this room! People get high, they have out-of-body experiences, they talk to loved ones past, loved ones never gone, loved ones who never existed, they go off into the atmosphere, they disappear and everywhere. I watched an old Australian TV show! And I've tried to get that high again because fuck, I miss cheese TV so much! I came into a pack of biscuits once. There's it's funny how this works. Fuck, I wish I was making some of this up. I lived in Europe for 2 years, in Africa for 6 months, right? Fuck, I've done some cool things, but I worked in hospitality. That's what I was doing, right? Never had a bad word to say about the human race to be working in hospitality. I disdain everybody since I did that, right? I had hair before I started working in hospitality. Never asked for this haircut. Nah. Never once went into a bar and said, mate, you like Seinfeld yet? One George Costanza, please, that'll be great. But it did. I did a Saxon Mill in England was the place. I did a 14-hour shift, no break, right? Went back to my accommodation. All I wanted to do was just have a curly whirly and a wank. Like that's basically the whole thing. Those who follow me on social media, my birthday is coming up. People will post random pictures of curly whirlies on my page. That is the context. Anyway, lovely curly whirly. I settled in to kind of, have a bit of time, but I was that mad I didn't prep. So there's no way to kind of put it. I was getting to the point where I was kind of about to finish and realise I haven't got ready for this. I don't know what they're. But there was a half-open packet within arm's reach of jammy Dodgers. Right? So I did the deed into a pack of jammy Dodgers, and the worst part was I tried to think maybe I could salvage a few at the back. And that's kind of the point where you question a lot in your life. When I was 25 at the time. It's not like I was a teenager, just sitting there with a munted pack of biscuits next to me. Right? Virtually, yeah, it was like iced Bobos. Questioning my life choices, going, fuck, I'm 25 years old. What am I doing with my life? How can this get worse? Right? And it was at that time the door flung open and my mum walked in with 2 cups of tea. Anyway, just before I head off, I want to thank you all very much for coming down. This is great. I know, honestly, every act you're going to see tonight, we really appreciate this. Thanks for taking a punt. Fuck, the Fringe can be hard at sometimes, and we really appreciate the audience. So again, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you all. But I'm going to leave you now with one of my favourite things to do. A few of the people who don't know what this is, because this is my favourite thing. It's a subject very close to my heart. In fact, it's very close to all our hearts. I was 12 years old, laying under my bed. I had a magazine full of hot women's breasts. I had a bone, a B-O-N-A bone. I was 16, bowl starting to drop. There was a girl on my bus with a low-cut top areola. My first areola. I saw something sticking out of her dress. It was a different colour shade to the rest of her breast. Her areola. That was her areola. Now, I'm not the world's most attractive man, so I'll take what I get whenever I can. Areola, I love me areola. She tucked it away, she went for the door. I must see some more. I got down on my knees, and when I grabbed her, she called the police. Since that day I've been locked away in the prison showers. I get my fill of areola, areola. So what if it belongs to the other guys? I'm not the kind of man who criticize areola. Areola's areola, la 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 la. Thanks so much for laughing at us.